All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into this, I gotta get this point across because a lot of people are probably thinking, did I hate the show or anything of nature? I didn't hate the show, but I will say this, and this is something that I think all of us can relate to, and I think we all need to really get off our chest, right? The current state of the world is really depressing. Nothing is the same anymore. It really is not. These gaming shows don't feel right. Now, I will give Jeff Keighley, I have to give Jeff Keighley so much credit here. He did a great job for what he had to work with. I thought the presentation was great, again, for a show that has to be isolated, and, especially through the social distancing. I get it. He did great for what he had to work with. But I honestly think, though, again, with the state of the world, it just really takes an impact on the games. It takes an impact on us in general because we're not really seeing the same level of excitement. It kind of goes back to WrestleMania. If you guys look at the last WrestleMania, there was no crowd, there's no lively reactions, there's nothing. You just got guys wrestling, right? There's nothing like that. Even when you go to UFC events now, there's no live crowds, there's no wow moments, there's really nothing. You're just watching people fight. Granted, people might say this is cool because you can hear the punches, but it's just not the same there. Same thing there. It's not the same energy, basically. You see what I'm saying? Now, this goes back into Gamescom. Gamescom just finished. I thought Gamescom, honestly, it felt boring. And the reason why it felt boring, because there wasn't really much to it aside from some small announcements. Granted, there were some games in here that I think we all can agree looked good, and some that made us made us have that thought process, like, you know what? I might try that out, But anyway, aside from that, that was pretty much it. I agree with I support Jeff Keighley and what he did. I thought it was a good show for what he had to work with, but ultimately I think the show suffered just due to the shape of the world and everything's going around. And I really do hope we get back to a normal sense of, or we get to a sense of normalcy down the road. That's just my honest opinion. I just got to tell you that. Tell you that from the heart as a gamer. I'm not upset or angry or anything with the show. I was bored though, and that's just, again, the way the world is, and it's affected all of us, and we're all sharing the same opinion. So anyway, moving on. Let's get into the start of the show. I'm not going to prolong this. All the games aside, the last game of show was Ratchet & Clank. This was the ace card that they have for the show. And let me tell you something. This game not only looked fantastic, it's no longer in pre-alpha. This is the final build. So at the start of the show, as soon as the demo started, they literally said press X and bam, you were right there. And it was all running on a PlayStation 5, confirmed. This is all running on PlayStation 5. There's no PC up to those specs. This is all running on the system and the SSD. Now, looking at this game, like I said before, this game screams next gen, it looks next gen, and it really does show that next gen leap. And like I said before, a next gen system should be prioritizing next gen experiences and next gen, showcases. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what it's all about. If you're talking about my system has this amount of power, it has this feature, it has that feature, I expect to see that said feature in action on the box. You know what I'm saying? And you need titles to showcase that. They showed that with Ratchet & Clank. Now, to be fair, this is pretty much the same gameplay that we saw in the pre-alpha. However, we now have more context to these particular scenes. You see, when we first saw it, it was a pre-alpha showcase, meaning that the game was almost done, but it's not, done. Now we pretty much seen the final product. And let me tell you something, the game looks absolutely phenomenal, again, in its final form. Loading times are faster. Insane particle effects, explosions, the ray tracing is definitely going all out, especially with Clank. Looked fantastic. I love what I saw. There was no pop in. It was just so simple. It was so fluid, it was so free, it felt like, right? They were having fun with this, and they confirmed that haptic triggers feedback is a big vital role in this time around too. So it feels like guns have a hair trigger. So when you pull the gun halfway down, you will shoot the gun regular, but if you pull it all the way down, it's like the alternate fire will be adjusted for the guns. They said that happens with a shotgun that's in the game, so that's cool. It looks cool. They're having fun with the game. It shows. It's very creative. I love it. They even brought back the Tools of Destruction vibe because the guns, you know, when you're using them a lot, they level up in real time and you see them on the screen level up. So that's another cool feature. And pretty much the trailer slash demo ends at the end with, you know, it shows Ratchet and Clank getting separated, and Clank goes to another time or another portal, and he finds another Lombax, and that's a female. So we haven't really gotten no more context to her, but we'll get that when obviously when the game comes out. Again, it's a nice game to showcase PS5's abilities and features, and it's another game to get you excited for next gen. It's cool. It looks great. And I do agree with the Xbox gamers. See, again, I had a lot of trolls. I get a lot of trolls lately. And a lot of dudes really think I'm not followed by Xbox channels. I don't support Xbox channels. I'm on a lot of Xbox shows. Hope you guys understand it. So all you Xbox dudes who think I have a vendetta against Microsoft, okay? Well, I have a bunch of Xbox dudes who I can put on the screen. Hell, I'll start with one who actually has me blocked. He has me blocked, but even he's saying what I'm saying. Listen to this. He said, it's bad for Xbox when Ratchet and Clank looks like a more impressive shooter than Halo. Awesome particle effects, tons of environmental destruction, crazy weapons, world-swapping next-gen stuff has the wow factor. Microsoft still doesn't have a showcase for what the Xbox Series X can do. Again, this is not just me just throwing stuff out here for the sake of clicks and getting you guys wild up. When I say I want something for Xbox, I want it because I need competition in both sides. Microsoft brings out the best of Sony. And when you look at 360 with PlayStation 3, we can agree Microsoft pushed Sony to be even more aggressive than they've ever been, and we got even more gems in the long run. I honestly credit Microsoft for really pushing Sony to the point where they was like, you know, hey, Naughty Dog, you know, Uncharted's great, but can you guys try something new? And then bam, we got Last of Us. See what I'm saying? I love that. We need competition. And I love when Microsoft was given that type of competition. But right now, they're not doing that. And in fact, they're focusing more on Game Pass. And what's even more funny, too, I read a comment and it had me laughing, but he was like, hey, you're holding an L because Halo Infinite, you know, it's not going to get delayed to 2022. It's going to come out in 2021 as, you know, they hired one of the OG writers or developers to work on the game. Here's the thing. I never said it was. I said if. This is why I said a lot of these dudes do not listen. If you, and this is funny. It always happens to me and the Ash and Luca. Shout out to Luca, but it always happens to us, you know, when we say if. And I keep saying if. Emphasis. I put a big emphasis on the word if. You know, this happens. And I put it even in the title. And a lot of you, again, who watch the video and you understand where I was coming from, so even the Xbox dudes who might even disagree with me, you at least get what I'm coming from. But there are other dudes who are trying to flip into a narrative. Nah, you said it's going to happen. It's not coming out. Right. One dude expected me to make a video apologizing over it. And I'm like, apologize over what? Me saying, what if this happened? Or if this happened, this is a big deal? Yeah, come on, guys. We're better than that. You're better than that. You know I'm right. Microsoft needs to compete. Game Pass ain't enough. We need more. And that's what I want. I want competition. Hell, my good friend Kid Smooth even put out a tweet about this. And he said, yo, is there any games running on Xbox Series X? And if there is, can you guys show it? I mean, come on, man. If Kid Smooth is saying the same thing I'm saying, you know there's a problem. See what I'm saying? You know... Come on, man. You guys know it. You guys know it's a problem. So I'm just keeping it 100. I tell it how it is. I try my best to be as fair as possible with this stuff, and I always do. I'm not gonna, you know, put on one, you know, I'm not gonna put on no front for one side. I can't do that. I just tell it how it is, and I speak from the heart. At the end of the day, shout out to Barry, but I literally speak from the heart when I say this stuff. All right. So that's it. That was Sony's showcase. Everything. Yeah, or that was Sony's game and the rest was, you know, showcase. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Sound off in the comments, and yeah, let your boy know. Till next time, this is Big Cloud. I'll see you guys later. You have a good one. Deuces.